Canelo in Riyadh in May, the big fight in the history of boxing.
And too much for Crawford in his last fight against Madrov. Madrov. That was a tough fight for him. About a guy, what, he had 10 or 11 pro fights. That was a tough fight for him.
In my opinion, both size might matter, but then again, I think since I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He's like boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical.
After the Jake Paul fight controversy, a new twist unfolds in the Canelo Alvarez saga as reports emerge about a shocking four-fight deal. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh has confirmed the agreement, putting the Mexican fighter back in the spotlight. Canelo, who has faced scrutiny over his choice of opponents and business moves, is now making waves with the potential showdown against Bud Crawford. Recent reports suggest that the rumored Canelo versus Jake Paul fight was merely a publicity stunt to build anticipation for this major announcement. Renowned reporter Mike Coppinger tweeted about the dramatic developments, revealing that Canelo Alvarez backed out of the Jake Paul fight at the last moment to finalize a four-fight contract with Riyadh Season. The deal includes a bout in May in Saudi Arabia, followed by a September clash with Terence Crawford. Addressing the backlash, Turki Alalshikh took to Twitter to declare that, despite widespread criticism, they have delivered on their promise. This blockbuster deal, featuring one of the sport's biggest stars, aims to give fans the fights they've long awaited while setting a new precedent in Riyadh. Alalshikh also hinted at a historic mega fight in May, followed by two more major bouts in 2026, promising to reshape the boxing landscape.
Canelo in Riyadh in May, the big fight in the history of boxing. In September, then two more fights in 26. Don't miss the line.
While the full lineup of Canelo Alvarez's upcoming opponents remains undisclosed, aside from Terence Crawford, speculation is rampant. Renowned boxing journalist Mike Coppinger suggests that Canelo's May fight could feature either Germán Charlo or David Benavidez, depending on availability. Looking ahead to 2026, Coppinger hints at a potential rematch with Russian powerhouse Dmitry Bivol or a showdown against Hamza Shiraz or Chris Eubank Jr., contingent on their performances leading up to the bout. Following the major announcement, fighters expressed their excitement. Typically reserved in such matters, Canelo himself responded to Turki Alalshikh's tweet, enthusiastically endorsing the fight with Crawford and his lucrative four-fight deal with Riyadh Season. Alalshikh initially tweeted, "Don't mess with the lion. 4 fights for Canelo with Riyadh Season. The deal is done. A lion doesn't lose sleep over the opinion of a sheep. Fear the lion, not the jungle." To which Canelo simply replied, "Let's go, brother." Meanwhile, Terence Crawford also voiced his anticipation, emphasizing the hard work and negotiations that led to this moment. Confident in his abilities, he vowed to prove his worth and showcase his skills against a fighter of Canelo's caliber. "I'm waiting on Canelo in September and going to shock the world in Riyadh Season." Crawford tweeted. However, not everyone is thrilled with this turn of events. Among the most vocal critics is Jake Paul, who was allegedly used as a pawn to generate media buzz. Upset by how his name was leveraged, Paul took to Twitter, slamming the boxing industry for prioritizing money over loyalty. Fighters forget who made them so quick and surround themselves with weirdos looking for a percentage. "You and your 2010 business skills," he wrote, taking a direct jab at Canelo. Paul accused Canelo of ducking him and favoring easier fights, claiming it exposes a lack of true greatness. While he has long supported fighters making their own career choices, he believes Canelo's decision undermines his legacy. In a scathing tweet, Paul wrote, "Breaking news, Canelo Alvarez ducked me. He's now an owned slave with no regard for the pride of Mexican fans who support him on U.S. soil. He's done nothing for boxing outside the ring. I'm the new face of boxing." Despite his frustration, Paul remained defiant. asserting his global influence after his fight with Mike Tyson. He declared that no major boxing event could claim to be the biggest without his involvement. Asterisk, you can't have the biggest fight of 2025 without my name. When all your events flop, you'll realize who the king of this sport is. I'm 28. I'd have the biggest fight in boxing history. I'm my own boss, and I'm just getting started. Asterisk, meanwhile, Turki Alalshikh took to Twitter to defend his approach, emphasizing that high-profile negotiations often require discretion. While acknowledging that some moves may seem controversial, he dismissed criticism from those unaware of behind-the-scenes dealings, reinforcing his belief in delivering major events for the sport.
Definitely off. This could be a ploy by both sides. One, Turkey using his media arm to put the pressure on Team Canelo, and Canelo being like, hey, listen, I don't hit the rush for anybody. You're waiting on me. So I think both of them are jockeying back and forth with their egos and their power. So this fight very well may happen, probably still will. But I think it's going to take we're not going to hear about it till like a normal Canelo fight, 5-6 weeks.
As the heated exchanges continue, several industry figures have weighed in on the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, including veteran promoter Frank Warren. Warren believes this matchup is far superior to the rumored bout between Canelo and Jake Paul, which he dismissed as a joke, sarcastically mocking Paul for ever considering such a fight. Warren acknowledged the YouTuber-turned-boxer's improvement over the years, but asserted that he is still far from deserving a fight against elite names like Canelo. He advised Paul to focus on opponents within his own weight class, where numerous legitimate contenders await, rather than chasing bouts against smaller fighters purely for attention.
Saying that the fight's off, correct me if I'm wrong.
Currently, that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, off in September, and the word in the street is they're trying to make him against Jake Paul. And one of the sticking points is maybe the weight. Money have determined that one. Everybody said they want to see Jake Paul fight somebody.
What do you
He's going to be
actually
fighting somebody. Tough fight. I mean, I want to see the Crawford fight. That's the fight I want to see.
Offering his expert analysis on the now-confirmed fight, Frank Warren assessed the recent performances of both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Crawford's exceptional skills and unique attributes, Warren revealed his support for Canelo, citing the Mexican fighter's most significant advantage, his size. Beyond this, Warren also highlighted a crucial aspect of the matchup. Both fighters, after years of battling elite opponents in their respective divisions, are now at a stage where time is not on their side. With age catching up, he believes they should seize every opportunity to take on big fights before their prime fades.
Do you see the Canelo and Crawford fight panning out from your perspective? Obviously, two veterans.
I fancy Canelo. I think Canelo is I mean, with the greatest respect to him, he's obviously older and whatever. And I think he's you get to a certain time in your career where you're not going to get any better. You're only going to get worse. And but I still think he would be too big and too much for.
Frank Warren also shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's chances in the fight, which he believes are slim. He pointed to Crawford's last performance against the much bigger and younger Madad, where he struggled throughout the bout and failed to secure a convincing victory. This, Warren suggested, raises concerns as Crawford prepares to jump 2 weight classes to face a far more dangerous and experienced opponent in Canelo, an entirely different level of challenge compared to the relatively less tested Madad.
Put in his last fight against Madrov, that was a tough fight for him. About a guy, he had 10 or 11 pro fights. That was a tough